we'll take the second standard of the national anthem. Would recite the second stanza of the national anthem as the opening prayer for this at the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. O God of creation, direct and overcome
us, guide our leaders right,
right.
help our
Help
youth
our youth the truth to know,
in
love and honesty,
and living just and true,
and living just and true,
to build a nation
great
where
lofty heights to
and
attain,
shall reign.
to build a nation. Amen. Once again, on behalf of the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, you're welcome to the APWEN Town and Gown event, the 4th edition of the event, which is the mentoring and capacity building program for young engineers in their penultimate year and with 3 years post-graduation experience. This is an event that is meant to build their capacity and make them employable or develop their entrepreneurial skills in order to meet the expectation of the training that was received in the academic and transfer it into an experience in the industry. I'd like to set the protocol for this event. The Executive Governor of Katsina State, His Excellency Malam Aminu Bello Masari, the Governor of Katsina State, ably represented by the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Ajia Rabia Muhammad, the Chairman of this occasion, the President and Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, the host of this event, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and the first female citizen, engineering citizen in Nigeria. Our keynote speaker, Mrs. Adenike Ogunlesi, founder, Rough and Tumble. Our sponsor for this event, the official sponsor for this event, Wally Foundation, the Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative of Wally, Australia. The 6 founding members of APWEN, these are the 6 great courageous women that founded APWEN in 1982 and inaugurated it in 1983. Past presidents of our great association, national executives of APWEN, fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and elders of APWEN, chapter chairman of APWEN, branch and division chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, members of our great association, young engineers and collegiates, Gentlemen and ladies of the press, you're welcome to this epoch-making event. On that note, with the protocol established, I'd like to bring up the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, as she gives us the welcome address for this event. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Engineer Bossede, for establishing the protocol for this event. Let me just see if I can share my screen. I can't find my... Trying to share my screen. Okay, just a minute. If I can't do that, then I'll just... okay. Okay, thank you once again for... Let me just take it off. Thank you once again for that, Engineer Bossede. I would like to welcome you all and thank you for joining us for the 4th edition of the Town and Gown Mentoring Series. The program is designed for young engineers from penultimate university year up to 3 years post-graduation. The aim is to build their capacity and help them develop employability skills or entrepreneurial skills or both. The idea is we want to provide them with the skills that bridges the gap between the university education, which represents the gown, and the industry where they will practice what they've learned in school, representing the town, hence the name Town and Gown. In a nutshell, we are aiming to bridge the knowledge or skill gap between the academia and the industry. Our long-term objective is to create a pool of ready now female engineers for the industry, although for gender parity and gender diversity, a percentage of male engineers are allowed to be part of the Town and Gown event, as you can already see here. But our primary targets are the female engineers because we are APWEN, a body of female engineers. We also expect that this program will be an excellent ground for companies to recruit young, bright talents. The modality we use for this program, the Town and Gown program, it was originally designed as a physical event to be held quarterly in each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. But COVID-19 restrictions caused us to move the event online, which has worked to our advantage because our target mentees, the young engineers, are able to participate irrespective of the zone label that we have put. Even more rewarding is that we're able to benefit from more mentor partners because the event is online. We're extremely grateful to every mentor partner who is supporting us to actualize this dream. In the last 3 editions of this program, we invited companies that employ engineering personnel, especially multinationals from different industries, to interact with young engineers. Our focus then was to help them to develop employability skills. In this edition, however, we want to help them develop entrepreneurial skills. So we have invited entrepreneurs, many of them young, just like our participants themselves, and in various lines of business as mentor partners for today's event. These entrepreneurs will simply tell their story in an effort to inspire the young engineers to equally look inwards, generate employment for themselves, and become employers rather than seek endlessly for hard to find jobs. That's the reason we have chosen the theme NextGen CEOs. So, what is going to happen today is that there will be a breakout session after the keynote address, which comes shortly. The young engineers, they will go into groups according to the category of business that they have chosen when they registered for this event. The host of the event is going to tell us how to go about that. Then an entrepreneur in that category will also be in that group to mentor them. At the end of the program, we expect that participants will have a clear focus and be more confident to actualize a dream they have been nursing or develop a dream if they don't already have one. When you hear someone's story, something rises up on the inside of you, and that's what we are hoping to get to achieve today. The companies represented here today will be receiving the APWEN Mentor Partner Badge as a token of our appreciation for their role in partnering with us to attain this goal. The companies invited here today are Rough and Tumble, who will give the keynote address. Amiza Enterprise Company, makers of amazing organic fertilizer. Planet 3R, they make innovative products from plastic waste. We have Lady Bamboo, they make furniture from bamboo. Power Recycling also makes furniture from waste material. These are very interesting things. A Gamma Processing Company, makers of Gamma yogurts. Bola Koka Ashwebi Ventures, owners of the Fabricana trademark. They are an online store. Then Create Up Agriculture, they are makers of Snack Up range of dry food snacks. Secure Farmer combines agriculture with artificial intelligence. Wale Agro Service is in agriculture production and processing of plantain, cashew, and cassava. Hardmore makes natural spices, shea butter, baby care products. Then we have Bill Kebab, Chops, Coffee and Cafe. And we also have Nenny's Auto Care, who are into auto repair services. We are indeed indebted to these great people, the owners of these businesses, for accepting our invitation for this mentoring session. As you heard earlier, the Tan and Gam program is sponsored by Wally Foundation. The CSR initiative of Wally Energy, Chemicals and Resources is an Australian company. So all participants who registered as young engineers for these programs have been credited with data to attend the event, courtesy of Wally Foundation. We are grateful to them for this sponsorship. Our first edition of Tan and Gown in June 2020, it was for the Southwest Zone. I said earlier that it was originally meant to be a physical event where we go from zone to zone. But since we moved it online, we also now try to still give it that flavor of the zone where it represents, even though people can join from anywhere, even from outside Nigeria. So that is the reason why we have invited a governor in the Northwest Zone to declare the event open, just so that he can give it that flavor. And he has asked the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Ajiara Bia Mohammed, to represent him. I would like to invite her to please take the stand to declare the event open. Ajiara Bia Mohammed.
I can't see that name online. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see her. Let me just check.
welcome address. It actually also has given our participants or our guests insights into what this event is all about, most especially if this is the first time you will be joining the APWEN Town and Gown mentoring event. On that, welcome our keynote speaker, Ms. Antombo.
So, Engineer Shek, you need to share her profile, yes. Thank you.
Engineer Bosse, do you want Engineer Bolani to take over from here?
Engineer Legiwa, please.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Basade. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you very much, Engineer Mobile Legiwa.
Okay, so it's indeed my honor to welcome Adenike Ogunlesi. Adenike Ogunlesi is truly a trailblazer by design. As the founder and creative director of the leading premium children's clothing brand, Rough and Tumble, her journey is a masterclass in resilience and relentless creativity spanning the course of 35 years. And you can see her looking very beautiful in her Iro and Buba with her gele and her glasses. Being Africa's foremost fashion entrepreneur and staying at the retail industry's upper echelons didn't happen by accident. She has dared to dream without fear and has pursued a unique vision that resonated with consumers throughout the decades. This, in turn, has created happiness and instilled confidence in children across the globe. I'm very happy to say that even my kids as well patronize Rough and Tumble. Her brand story is the stuff of fashion legends, inspiring thousands after her. Starting her now global business from the boot of her car 25 years ago in Lagos, she recognized early on the dress of well-made children's clothes, accessible to doting parents. Essentially, pioneering fashion problem solving, she opened doors for a new way of doing fashion business. And today, the company is at the center of manufacturing kids' essentials across West Africa. It's operating to international standards with over 300 dedicated employees, 17 strategically located retail outlets, a powerful online presence, as well as lofty expansion plans across the continent and the international community. It's an incredible feat that defies the very nature of the country with rigid systems, especially against women in business and leadership. It's also made her an integral part of Nigeria's fashion economy, an industry that is valued at over $4 billion US. And with every leader comes the hunger to do more, to evolve, and to impact. She's a dynamic and phenomenal woman, and her quest for innovation and redefining what's possible on her own terms gave birth to Gatimo Apparel. Gatimo Apparel is a state-of-the-art garment manufacturing facility that has the capacity to contract manufacture high-quality garments to global standards, further boosting the national economy by helping other fashion businesses grow within the sector. So she's not just looking at herself, she's looking at beyond that. So her calling and desire for the development and growth of people also led to the birth of the Betty Okuboyejo Foundation, named after her fashion pioneer mother. The foundation functions as a garment making training facility, which has graduated over 200 youths to date. The foundation trains women between the ages of 18 and 30 with high-level skills in garment making, as well as courses in the business of fashion. Creating impact also led to her founding the I Share Cause I Care Foundation by Rough and Tumble. And that's a community which promotes sharing and caring amongst children. This initiative has been able to reach thousands of children through a Feed a Child campaign and the Dress a Child campaign, where brand new school uniforms and shoes are given to pupils in various schools within local communities. She's an alumnus of the prestigious Lagos Business School. She's a non-executive director at Lafarge Wholesale PLC, and is a founding member and the first president of the Network of Entrepreneurial Women at the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association. She is also an advisory board member and member at WISCA. WISCA is the Women in Successful Careers, a structured mentoring program for young women, a non-executive director. Sorry, I read that already, as well as coordinator of the Marriage and Family Life Unit at the Catholic Church of the Presentation. Adenike is happily married to Adegbola Ogunlesi, and they are blessed with 3 children. And aside from her dedication to building a global business, she loves to read, dance, yoga, and garden. Please join me in welcoming Adenike Ogunlesi. You're muted.
Yes, I just realized that. Good morning and thank you very much. I must congratulate you and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this program. I'm just trying to understand one thing real quick. Is this a women's program or is it non-gender focused?
It's primarily a women's program. APWEN is the Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria.
But I thought there were some.
But we have our male folks around.
Okay, all right.
There are islands, yes.
Okay. So this is primarily about women. So congratulations on your 4th edition of this this kind of program that seeks to empower and to skill women. I will stand on all the existing protocols. I'm very happy to be here to share some of my life's journey with you. Very difficult to tell the story in 15 minutes. What I've tried to tell the story based on my very personal values that I built into the business. Some of them are written down and some of them I'll just share on the importance of leading self and the importance of self-mastery before you can lead others, and the importance of mindset in becoming an entrepreneur. Mindset, regardless of whether you're an entrepreneur or not, your physical, your mental, and your emotional states are important to the success and to your success in your life. So if you can please just share my slides, just to give people a pictorial idea of the journey, where it all started, so that you can see that when you have a mindset of possibilities, rather than a mindset that sees things that are not working, then you can build something out of what appears to be nothing. And that for me is the story of Rough and Tumble. It's the story of Gatimo Limited. It's about possibilities, creating possibilities and building possibilities. So if you can go to the next slide. So I believe that Rough and Tumble is a perfect example of an SME fueling the engine of national growth, which is why your program is so important, because the greater the number of SMEs that we can put out there that are employing 20 people, 50 people, 100 people, the greater we engineer the economy and we get things moving by creating jobs, we're creating security, we're creating wealth, we're creating prosperity, we're creating abundance. So we are in that space where, as a company, we're fueling the engine of national growth. The next one. So this is where Rough and Tumble started, believe it or not. This is in the back end of Mende. I had actually left before I went back there to take pictures to remind myself really of this journey and where I was coming from. Primarily because I wanted to be grateful and I wanted to keep gratitude on the very high echelons of my value system, being that humble beginnings, there's absolutely nothing wrong with humble beginnings. You work very hard, you push very hard, but it's a good place to start, and there's nothing wrong with starting here. So I took a picture of this and I've kept this picture to remain grateful for the journey that I've taken and to encourage other people that what you see today was a dream that was birthed in a place that looks like this. But the fact that this place looked like that did not impact the dream, because the dream was big and the dream was wanting to be birthed. And I was willing to go through that journey of birthing the dream. So it also went in stages. From here, we went to the next image, this next image, which was a tiny little, and that's a very, very slim me many years ago. we went to this place. This was our first retail store that we opened. Why? Because I wanted to be able to reach the customer. I wanted to be able to reach more people. I wanted to be able to serve more people. I was trying to supply supermarkets, but I didn't like their ethos. I didn't like their values. So I wanted to create a shopping experience for our customer to show them that, you know what, you can bring your children and shop. There's availability, there's different sizes. It can be fun with your children to go shopping for them. As much as it's a need, it can also be a fun and a learning experience for the children, where the children get to choose the clothes that they want. And by that, you're already teaching them how to make decisions, how to make choices, how to trade off. You're teaching children so many things by that interaction. So I wanted this little store, which was our very first little store and holds a lot of sentimental value for me. The next, from there, growing the business, we took a whole building on Isaac John on the same street. And everybody said to me, Madam, you have to be mad. Why are you taking a whole building on Isaac John to sell children's clothes? Are you okay? You see, nobody knows what your dream is. Be careful the people you surround yourself with. They can either be killing. So the kind of people you surround yourself with is actually determining the choices and the decisions that you're making on a daily basis. I'm very sorry about that. I honestly thought that it was off. So I apologize for that interruption. I've also lost the slides. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello? Okay, but I've lost the slides.
Your slide is on at this end.
Okay, let me restart it. I will just stop and share again.
Okay, my apologies. Okay.
So is it better now?
Yes, absolutely. So we moved into this building where we said it was totally cool. And if your kids weren't dressed in rough and tumble, then they weren't cool. But what led to the courage to take this kind of thing on is because I had a clarity of mind and a presence of mind that allowed me to, please just give me 1 second. The WhatsApp is showing through. I need to turn it off. I need you to. Hello?
Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the slides I need now, so that we can move on. So, okay, fantastic. Thank you so much. I must apologize for that tardiness. I'm so sorry. So what made me decide to make this kind of a decision to write a check for 5 years rent in a building that didn't belong to me? It was because I had clarity on my vision. I was clear on what it is that I wanted to achieve. I was very, very, very clear on what it is I needed to do. And I was willing to pay the price to become the woman that would be able to run a business like this. My charge to the women on this platform is getting clarity is one thing. Getting clarity in your mind, rather, is one thing. Getting it down on paper is the beginning of making it real. Getting it down on paper and then moving it into chunks of actions that you take on a daily basis is where you birth the dreams that are in your heart. The disciplines that you build, the commitment to the decisions that you're making on a daily basis. It's not something that is in the future, because the future is an illusion. What you have is the gift of today and the presence of mind of the gift of today. So the things that you do today are either moving you towards your goals or moving you away from your goals. The company that you keep is either moving you towards your goals or away from your goals. The books that you read are either helping to enlighten and enlarge your learning and building your skill sets. So when you show up with a set of skills that makes you indispensable to the marketplace. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. Leadership is a mindset. You make a decision that you want to be an entrepreneur, then you go on the journey of what it takes to become an entrepreneur. And the foundation of all success is discipline. So the greatest of all of the values you would have is the value of discipline. To have a desire, make a decision, and take action on it, regardless of whatever is going on in your circumstances. So you can decide to be a victim of circumstance, or you can decide to create your own experiences. So it depends on what it is that you see. So I always ask people who want to be entrepreneurs, what solutions do you see yourself providing in the marketplace? Can you see the solutions? Who is that solution for? What are they willing to pay for that solution? Who are those people? Can you identify the segment that you want to serve? Then who else is playing in that segment? These were all the things I did when I started Rough and Tumble. Unknown to me, I was actually doing market segmentation, market research. I had no idea. But I wanted to know what I was up against. I wanted to know who my competition was. I wanted to know what their weaknesses were so I could build my own strengths on their weaknesses and outserve them, compete with them, not just on product, but compete with them on things that were intangible: service, the culture of my business, the quality of our leadership as a business. These are things that are intangible, and they're dependent on you, who is the chief promoter of the business. If you, who is the chief promoter of the business, does not define your value systems, does not define your belief systems, then you will find whoever is the strongest person in your business, their own belief systems will drive your business. So as a leader, you must make it clear what it is you want to achieve, where it is you want to take this company, and who it is you want on your bus. I call it a bus because it is in motion. When you're building a business, you are in motion. You are learning. You are committed to a lifelong learning. You cannot ever stop learning, because to stop to learn is to die, literally. Is to die and be buried when you actually do die. But you're like the living dead. So you are committed to lifelong learning, because this is what builds your mental muscles, that helps you on the days when things don't go wrong, that helps your decision-making, that helps the choices that you make. This is what will take you and make you agile, will make you flexible, will make you adaptable. Human beings are the most adaptable of all species in the entire universe of creation. So how do you hone that ability, adaptability and flexibility? How do you own and hone those skills? Because the truth of the matter is, nothing will change until you decide to change. So everybody is saying Nigeria is not working, and yet there are people who are becoming millionaires and billionaires on a daily basis. The question is, what do they see that I am not seeing? And who do I need to become to be in that top 3% of billionaires or millionaires or trillionaires or whatever it is that you desire? If it is to impact, how do you become among the 3% of people that are impacting society, impacting community, impacting families? How do you become a member of that group of people, that echelon of people? So becoming an entrepreneur is a lifelong journey, a commitment to leadership, because you have to lead yourself. You have to know yourself. You have to understand yourself. You have to know who you are, what your values are, what your beliefs are, because the days that things don't work, it is not your emotions, it is your values that will act as the compass, that will guide the decisions that you make, that would either propel you forward, keep you where you are, or just move you back. So in all of this that we're doing, the mindset of an entrepreneur is actually the foundation of the success of any entrepreneurship venture. It is what will drive that entire organization. Yeah? Now, when you are building a business, so from this building, I was very restless because I wanted more. I wanted to grow. This was not our business, our building. I wanted to own my own building. I wanted to put a stake on the ground and show what was possible in the garment manufacturing and retail industry in Nigeria. So I sat down and came up with a plan with my team. And this is where it took us. The next slide, please. It took us to this building. Now, in this building, it's a multifaceted building. It houses our marketing, our finance team, our IT team, our brands team, our customer experience team, our warehousing, our internal control and audit team, our HR, our visual merchandisers for our stores, our production team, our product design and development team. That's about 11 teams that I've mentioned. The truth of the matter is, if you're building a business, you have to build systems and processes that will support that business. The mistake entrepreneurs make is that I am the be all, the end all, and the beginning and the end, the alpha and the omega of this business. No, you are not. You are a custodian. You have an idea. If you do not have a team that you can achieve results through, your idea remains an idea and nothing more, full stop. So you must learn to cultivate relationships. You must learn to cultivate people. You must learn to expand yourself and expand the people that are around you. If they fail to expand, then they don't belong on your team. No bad feelings, no hard feelings. It's okay to let people go. It is not a charity. It is a business that is creating value, that is making money. I always say, I am not ashamed to stand up and say, I like money and I like making money. I love it. Why? Because money is an enabler. Money is what facilitates and enables growth. Money is what changes people's lives. Money is a tool. We just don't let it define us, but we recognize that is a tool that creates value, that can give value, and you therefore become an instrument that is capable of creating and harnessing value. Then your reward is money. So I am not ashamed to stand up as a woman and say, I love making money. There's nothing wrong with it. Own your space. Whatever it is, wherever it is you are, build your skills, build yourself. Love yourself as a woman. Appreciate yourself as a woman. Don't show up with excuses that I am a woman. Show up with your character. Show up with your competence. Show up with your capacity to deliver. In your character are your values and your belief systems. What do you believe is possible for you? What are the values that will uphold you when somebody comes to you and tells you you should do something illegal? What are the values that will guide you? Because your staff are watching you. If you are doing it, they're going to do it under you. Don't kid yourself. So as the fish rots from the head, you are the head. Define the kind of leader you want to be, so that you define the kind of leaders that will work with you moving forward. So really, there is so much to say, to be perfectly honest with you, And I'm very aware that I have just 15 minutes that I'm sure is even up at this point in time, But in a business, systems and processes, leadership, people, cultivating the people, building the people, your people are the bridge between your products and your customers. Your people. So you must invest in the people who are working with you. You invest and they go. Yes, you take another set and you reinvest. Now you ask yourself, why are they leaving my company? Then you begin to build a company that people don't want to go. People want to stay. They key into your dream. That is why communication is very important. And you're able to explain your dream, your vision. The great book of life says, write the vision down, make it plain, make people understand it. Then they key into that vision and people will serve you with all their heart. But you must know them, you must understand them, you must be sincere yourself. You must lead with sincerity of intention and with a heart that has the people's affairs and people's things in consideration. Cash, we have mentioned, you need to understand money. Money has a language. You need to understand the money of language, the money of how to produce, the language of how to produce money and how to cultivate it and how to multiply it so that you create wealth. You build generational wealth in what you're doing. Now, your customers, you must know who they are. I said that earlier. You must know what lives. You really must make them yourself relevant in their lives, and you must ensure that You are constantly creating value. And once you are constantly offering your customers value, you remain at the top of their mind, because you are communicating and you are communicating and you are in their face. You are offering value, you're giving value. You will not become obsolete. But that means that you must be innovative. You must be flexible, as we said. You must be adaptable. So we have a factory that manufactures and produces garments. But last year, the whole thing was shut down. There was nowhere no shops were open. So our retail stores were not able to sell anything. Then I hear people talking about making masks, and they want to go and bring the masks from China. I made a 1-minute video that went globally viral that said, we have this factory in Nigeria. We have material in Nigeria. We can make these masks in Nigeria. And guess what? It started a whole national trend where everybody started making masks in Nigeria in 2020. And that was what helped us through 2020. My staff believed in my leadership. They came out, they lined up behind me. Everybody took a risk. They were willing to take a risk along with me, because I stepped forward as the leader, willing to take a risk, and they followed me. So leadership is key. Understanding and knowing your people is key. Having transparency in your dealings with your people is key. Yeah. Now, marketing today, for us, it's omni-channel. We're marketing both online and offline. So we have 16 or 17 retail stores across 5 states in Nigeria. We're serving over 160-something K customers. We're serving over 600K children. What is your dream? I say, I want to serve millions, earn billions, and keep and share millions. What is your dream? While I'm impacting the world and impacting my community and impacting families, what is your dream? You need to shut yourself away from the world and crystallize that dream, and look for every reason why you must achieve that dream, because that dream will be your purpose for existence, the justification of your presence on this planet. You don't want it to pass you by. You want to be able to fulfill that purpose. So we've built an establishment here. I call it a platform that unleashes human potential, that shows people what they're capable of doing. And so when you come into our space, you will never leave the same way you entered, because we will grow you, we will stretch you, we will demand from you, because we have systems that measure performance, we have KPIs, we have job descriptions. These things are important if you want to run a multi-billion naira business. That's why I'm saying, what do you want to achieve? If it is something small to keep you busy and keep you happy, is different. If you want to go global, if you want to go national, if you want to conquer, then stretch yourself. But the question is, who is the woman you need to become to earn the right, the significance, the relevance in your industry? You need to define that, and you have the capacity to define that. So I wish you all well. I wish you what I wish my 2 beautiful daughters. I encourage you to take courage. I encourage you to dare to be different. No matter what anybody says, stand for what you believe, trust yourself, believe in yourself, dare to be different, create the dreams that are in your heart, bring them out. Even if you are in a bad relationship now, look for how you are contributing to that bad relationship and how you need to get out of that bad relationship. Nothing changes until you, as a woman, decide to rise and take courage and be vulnerable. But as a woman, nothing is possible for you until you build the support systems that allow you to stretch your wings and fly. So who is your support system? Who are the women that are your close friends? What do they do? My close friends are industrialists. They're top bankers. They're women achievers. They're women who want to leave a mark. They're women who want said on their epitaph that they came into the world, they conquered the world, and they made a difference in the world. Who are your friends? Who are you hanging out with? Yeah? It's a lot of work. I will not lie to you, but make up your mind and commit yourself to it. Commit yourself to it. Commit yourself to lifelong learning. Commit yourself to making daily decisions that take you towards your dreams. Above all, take those actions regardless of the circumstance. Give yourself a reason why you must, because you are not a waste of space. You are a purposeful, beautiful, intelligent, articulate woman who is ready to face the world and leave her mark on the world. I wish you a fantastic 4th edition. I hope that you continue to skill yourselves up in all the different areas that make you show up. Remember, character, competence, capacity. Nobody cares whether you are a woman when you show up with those 3 things. You have good character, you have the competencies, the skill sets, the mindset, the emotional, the physical, the mental states of being to be able to do the job. What's more important, you show that you have the capacity and you do it. Then nobody can ignore you. You become a force to be reckoned with. And so I wish you all the best and thank you very much for having me. Enjoy the rest of your sessions and God bless you all. Thank you. Okay, I didn't go through the rest of the slides, but I'm not sure I have any more time. So let me just leave it there. And I can't hear anybody. So
yeah, we're listening to you. They will talk now. Engineer Bossede, please.
Thank you. I'm not sure she's still on the call, so let me help while she comes back. Thank you very, 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 very much, Mrs. Adenike Ogunlesi. You can see that even the chat section is on fire. So many nuggets that we took from that inspirational talk. You've done very well. You've inspired us on the next generation of women. I'm just going to mention a few things that I heard just to help us. And then before we move into the presentation of awards to the keynote speaker. So one of the first things you said, don't be afraid to start from humble beginnings, recognize your humble beginnings and be grateful for it. The people you surround yourself with matter. So make sure you have the right support system and look at your circle of influence in terms of the people that you roll with or that you work with. Have clarity of your vision and be willing to pay the price to run such a business. You talked about things such as ensuring discipline and commitment, and have clarity in your mind on paper, and not just the clarity, but also work to best that dream. You've talked about the company you keep, the books you read, the habits you imbibe, and in that space, looking into the atomic habits and how that can influence you greatly. Understand your market, know what solutions you're aiming for, know your targets, do your SWOT analysis, and then know your customers and what they're willing to pay for. Build systems and processes. Don't be afraid, don't be a lone ranger. Develop your people so that they also share your vision and then they can fight for you, they can run with you. And leadership is key, transparency is key. Work with the times. So that's why you'll see Rough and Tumble is online and offline. And most importantly, believe in yourself, dare to be different. And once again, have the right support system and know that you are not a waste of space. You're inspirational, you're phenomenal, and then leave your mark on the world. Thank you very, very much, Mrs. Adenike Ogunlesi.
Love yourself.
And love yourself. Very key.
Very key for
very,
us.
Very key.
Love and accept yourself. No
Indeed.
third party
Indeed. And exactly. And you did mention if you're not in the best of relationships, look to how you're contributing to that and how you can get yourself sorted. That's very, very key in the scheme of things. And thank you again. So with that being said, I'm going to hand over to my president for the presentation of your award.
Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting that. That's a pleasant surprise.
I hope you can see our screen.
I can, and I can see your beautiful face as well. You know, we've just been chatting. We've not actually seen.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Adenike Ogunlesi. We are extremely grateful for this. I think for me, I got more than I bargained for. Like someone put there, every sentence you said was just hitting it. And I just have to listen to this over and over again because it's something that is going to change my life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So the APWEN Turn and Gown, we present to you, Ma, this Social Responsibility Award.
Thank you. Thank you so
presented
much.
to Adenike Ogunlesi as keynote speaker at the APWEN Gown Mentoring Capacity Building Program for Young Engineers, today, the 10th of April, 2021. We're actually going to make this into a plaque and send to you.
Thank
So-
you. I graciously accept your very kind gift. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. We are grateful.
Have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful time for the rest
Thank
of your,
you.
yes. Okay, then I must take my leave. You can see I'm dressed in gele and what have you.
Yes, yes.
So I snuck out of my cousin's 60th birthday to join you guys.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
We
going
are
back to
really
it
grateful.
now. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much once again, Mrs. Adenike Ogunlesi. There's an experience that I had when I saw Rough and Tumble when I went to London. I was so happy, acting as if I was the founder of Rough and Tumble. Seeing you and hearing from you actually shows what Rough and Tumble represents. As our president has said, quite a number of us, even young engineers, actually bargain for delivering. On that note, I'd like to, my president, do we still have the representative of the Katsina State Governor with us?
No, no, I've not seen her. So let's go to the next item.
Okay. I don't know if we also have the chairman of the occasion, Engineer Babagana Mohammed, the president of Nigerian Society of Engineers. If we have him with us, is to give a remark after this. I'm sure we don't have the president online. So on that note, I believe the next agenda is to go into the breakout session. I'm sure our next generation CEOs, the next gen chief executive officers are ready to maximize the key points and information given by the keynote speaker and then implement with the other information they will be getting from the breakations. We have 12 breakout rooms. By the time we log out rooms, the breakout rooms are differentiated based on the areas of. This will be displayed for us to look at. They have shown that we're interested in and the companies that are under those areas. Once you click on the breakout room, you will see the list of the companies that you would want to join for the breakout session. During the breakout sessions, each founders or representative of those companies will be speaking to us, and there are also APWEN members who will be moderating the session for us. So I don't know if our president has one or two things that you'd like to give as a tip to everyone that will be participating during the breakout session of the event.
Yeah, I think Engineer Lama would do that, to tell them, particularly our mentor partners, to rename their device in their company name so that people can recognize them when they enter the room. But Engineer Engineer Shegun is going to tell us what to do.
Okay. Yeah, like the president has said, all the company representatives should try and rename. And for those who can't rename, if you have a background, like I saw Snack Up background, and that makes it very easy for me to recognize that she's one. So that's also very possible. So the process is going to be that you will receive a prompt on your device. If you're using a phone or you're using a laptop, you will receive a prompt that gives you the opportunity to select the session which you have registered for. Displayed on the screen are the various categories, and you will see each of the names for the rooms under the business name, and you can select the one which you have interest in. And for those who have difficulties in assessing that, please just put it on the chat box. Definitely we will attend to that. Also to let you know, in case you didn't see that, you can look at the screen of your phone or your device. Towards the bottom, if you're using a laptop, you will see breakout. If you're using a phone, towards the top left, you'll see a breakout, and you can click on it. And with that, you'll be able to select the room you're supposed to be in. So you will receive a prompt now. I'll give you the opportunity to select the room. And based on what you can see on the screen, select the session where you belong to. Thank you.
Once you select a session, it takes you automatically to that room.
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Yeah.
In through all the rooms, and we hope that you had a good session. So we move on to the next item on the agenda, which is taking feedback from 4 representatives across the breakout rooms. So we'd like to give the opportunity to our young engineers and older engineers as well. If you would like to speak up in terms of giving feedback, what you learned, or your greatest highlights and pickups from the sessions, please use the raise hand icon, and then we can call you up. So because of time, we'll only be able to take 4 people across the 12 breakout rooms. So if you would like to go on, please step up, raise your hand, and then we'll call you up. And while that's going on, we'd just like to thank all our participating companies again. Thank you so much for being here with us and for offering to spend your time with us. So we have Favor Nwachukwu here. So please, could you help me? Okay, so please go ahead, unmute yourself, Favor, and give us your feedback, as well as what session you were in and your greatest insights. Can you unmute?
Okay, I can hear you. Good afternoon, everybody. Add more products, but then the speaker was not. She was not with us. She was having network issues, so we stayed there till 8. See, it was 8 minutes left, so I had to join Chop and coffee. Okay, sorry, chip and coffee, and then wow, it was really an enlightening moment. So one thing I picked up from there was quality is key. So get the right documents you need for your business. Make sure you stick to government regulations, and packaging is also important. So thank you.
Thank you very much for that feedback, Favor. From you already, I hear quality is key, the importance of stakeholder management and having all the right regulations in place, as well as quality assurance and quality control. I'm glad that you were able to pick that up. Thank you. So we have Perpetua Nwadike also with her hand up. So Perpetua, please unmute yourself and give us your feedback.
Okay, thank you. Just like Favor, I was supposed to join the natural, but we didn't see our speaker. So I also moved to the food session, and indeed, the speaker actually did justice to it. And if there is one thing I learned from the section, it's her story. Her story was a very inspiring one. Despite the challenges she faced and with the place she initially rented, she didn't actually allow that stop her. So if there is one thing I've learned, that in entrepreneurship, you need perseverance and you need the right spirit, because if you don't have the right spirit, then you will just quit at the slightest disappointment. So I want to thank the speaker, and she also provided support system. she gave us her email, and for those of us that are interested in the restaurant business, I think we found a mentor. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that. And indeed, you're right. That's one of the essence of this event. We're aiming to partner our established entrepreneurs with our upcoming and recent graduates and penultimate graduates as well. So thank you very much for the insights. Perseverance is key. And of course, like Mrs. Ogunlesi said at the start of the session, always recognize your humble beginnings and don't be afraid to start from there. Even be grateful and use your story as a stepping stone to inspire yourself. So thank you very much for that, Perpetua. We have Suzibe Albert. I'm sorry if I murdered your name. Please correct me. Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. I'm from the Lady Bamboo class. And one of the things that I really learned, she said, you don't need money to start a business, but you need an idea. So the moment you have an idea, you can start with that. She also made mention of writing down the vision. When you have a vision, it's good to start by writing it down, because the moment you put it down on paper, then you can start working with it. And she also said that we should add value to people. That's the whole essence of doing a business, not just to make profits, but to add value to people. So I really appreciate her for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that, Suzibe. Indeed, you're right. It starts really with having that vision, writing it down. And you hear a lot of coaches, life coaches and mentors talk about having a vision board. It's also tied up because when you have that vision, you put it down, you're constantly looking at it. Then it reminds you of your goal and how you're going to get there. And then, like they say, picture speaks 1,000 words. And also, like you said, very, very important, what value are you bringing? And it's not just only about making money, but what value you bring. So thanks for your insights into that. And then we'll take the last person, Ozioma Vivian. So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and give us your feedback. Ozioma Vivian.
Yes, ma. Good afternoon. I was in the Gamma Yogurt group. So she taught us about consistency. She actually left her business to white collar job, but the business suffered because she wasn't there. So when she went back to the business fully, she started little, waiting for a huge amount of money. So she started little, and then she taught us about savings. As you start little, you have to don't eat up your capital or even the growth, the produce, the money that comes in line of the business. So again, she told us that some people might reject your product, so you don't need to be biased. You need to have this mindset of not giving up on what you are doing. So we actually enjoyed the classes, and some questions were asked, and she took us through by giving us the right. So I want to thank you very much, Ma, for this opportunity. Thank you very much, Ma.
Thank you very much for that feedback, Ozioma. From you, I hear the importance of strategizing and re-strategizing, especially when things are not going according to plan, and also the importance of financial literacy and financial savviness. Of course, like we know, some people say compounding interest is the 8th wonder of the world. So when you're making interest and profits, you shouldn't just go in there and eat it up, but look to further reinvesting into the business so it grows even bigger and your vision becomes clearer. So I'd like to thank everyone who gave the feedback as well. And thank you. Good to know that everyone. Okay, we'll ask one of our male allies to please raise their hand and give us feedback as well. It's good to have the diverse views in the room. So if one of you could please, and preferably not from one of the sessions that have spoken, but if that's what we get, we don't mind. So can one of the gentlemen on the call, yes, we have Briggs Onajula, Please go ahead and unmute yourself.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I was in the Nennis Auto Care group. On that group, I've been able to learn so much about entrepreneurship and consultancy, and it made me to believe that entrepreneurship is about the mindset, to have a positive mindset. And when you have this mindset, you should have the passion. You should know your passion should not just be about your profession alone. The passion should also be to make profit. That's the essence of entrepreneurship. Then we should have a goal and focus. Our business should be able to provide solution to people's problem. That I've captured a lot from her, and I thank her for that very, very interactive section. She has been able to enlighten me, because I too have this so much interest in consultancy, and I've been able to learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that feedback, Briggs Onajula. Good to see that you Okay, thanks for that feedback, Briggs. Good to see that your passion for consultancy has again been rekindled. Of course, the importance of positive mindsets and having your passion, your vision, like we've all been talking about, cannot be overemphasized. Thank you for joining us, and good to know that it's been a worthwhile session. So now we go into the next item on the agenda, which is the mentor partner badges. So I'm going to hand over to my president now, Engineer Funlola Ojela, the FNSC. Over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Engineer Bolanle. Giwa FNSC, appreciate you for this. I would like our hosts to please display the partner badges. This is just the token of our appreciation. We recognize you as our mentor for this, as our partner for this event. It's a mentoring event for young engineers. And if you guys hadn't come, if you had not accepted our invitation, then we will not have anybody speaking to our young engineers now. Usually we will do this in a plaque and send to you. This is for power recycling. We are given this award of mentor partner for APWEN. Thank you so much for coming. Next is Lady Bamboo. We appreciate your mentorship and your partnership with us. And so we're awarding you this mentor partner badge in recognition of the mentoring you have done for us, for our young engineers today. Thank you, madam.
You want to get feedback from any of
The
them?
next one, I've only seen two. The next badge is Fabricana, it's actually Bola Koka Shebi Ventures. We appreciate your mentorship, and we hereby award you this mentor partner badge, APWEN mentor partner badge, in recognition of the work you have done mentoring our young engineers. The next one, this is for Snack Up. It's actually Create Up. That's the name of their company. We appreciate you, and we award this mentor partner badge in recognition of your mentorship of our young engineers. The next one is for Nennis Auto Care. We thank you for coming, and we award you this APWEN mentor partner badge in recognition of your partnership with us in the mentoring of our young engineers. Thank you, madam. This is for Hardmore. We recognize, I think Hardmore had a great issue trying to log in today. She was there, but they couldn't hear her speak. So most of them have had to leave, but we still thank you for accepting this invitation. And of course, this is the Amiza organic fertilizer company. I think she also had a network issue today, but we thank you for the efforts that you have made, and we appreciate your mentorship of our young engineers. Thank you. This is for Secure Farmer. Nuga. We appreciate you for accepting our invitation, and we award you this appointment to partner badge in recognition of the work you have done in mentoring our young engineers. Okay, is that all? Okay, Wale Agro Services, of course. Thank you for accepting our invitation. We APWEN awards you this appointment of partner badge in recognition of your contribution in mentoring our young engineers. A Gamma Processing Company, the makers of Gamma yogurts. Thank you for accepting our invitation. We award you this appointment of partner badge in recognition of your partnership with us in the mentoring of our young engineers. Bill Kebab Cafe, thank you so much for accepting this invitation and for working with us to do this. She kept calling to ensure that she got everything right. As a matter of fact, she wasn't supposed, the first day I invited her, she said she was in a surgery, that she couldn't pick my call because she was in surgery. So still able to come and get herself out. When I told her, oh, maybe you should not worry. She said she has no choice. She has to get up. Life has to continue. So we appreciate this effort. And we thank you so much. We award you this appointment of partner badge in recognition of your partnering with us to mentor our young engineers. Planet 3R, I think they also had issue getting in today. However, we thank them for accepting our invitation. Is that the last one?
Yes, that's the last.
Okay. Okay. So thank you all so much. I think we may have a feedback from any of the mentoring groups, mentor partners. Engineer Bolanle, please, can you go on? You are still here.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you very much, my president. Like you said, if one or two of our mentor partners would like to say something briefly, we would appreciate it. So we have a few people, I see them in the chat room, but if they would like to just unmute themselves, they can just use the raise icon and then we'll just call them up. So if one or two of our mentor partners would like to maybe give us feedback or just to say thank you for the award, that would be good. Okay, Bola Tito is raising her hand. Bola Tito Fabricana, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself.
Okay, hello everyone. Thank you so much for this opportunity to share. I just want to give a brief, a brief on how, I have really moved to really accepting my role as an engineer and infusing that into my business and not relenting on the fact that it's just textile. I realized late in my journey with fabrics that fabric production is actually an engineering process. And so I realized that it was even embedded in the engineering, the specifics of my own engineering, which is chemical engineering. So I've been very excited, even learning about APWEN and getting to know about APWEN for me was very exciting. And then even coming to share as a mentor partner is even humbling and honorable. I want to thank the APWEN team and distinguished engineers for putting such a wonderful program together. I hope that we can do more to shed more light on the aspects that young engineers can begin to take and influence the society positively. Thank you so much for the recognition and the honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bola Tito, for that. Good to see and marry engineering with entrepreneurship. They go hand in hand. And good to see that you are at the forefront of taking charge of that. Quite a number of our mentor partners are engineers as well, who are doing very, very well in the field of entrepreneurship. So thank you for that. Maybe, okay, yeah, Zigwa of Lady Bamboo is here. So Zigwa, please go on.
All right, so thank you so much for having me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Go on, Z. Oh, I think we lost her. Do we have one more person, one other mentor partner? And then we move on to the next action.
Is Sheyo Yenuga still online if you want to speak?
Okay, Z is back. Let's try one more time.
Okay.
Lady Bamboo, go ahead.
All right, so thank you so much. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, so first, I just want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to be part of this program. And I just believe that we'll do more together, because I think this program is very, very good in the sense that most of our engineers think that it's just profession. But like I said the other time, we can all be a 360 woman engineer, trust me. It's all about planning and determination. So yeah, our young engineers these days, you have to be creative. Like I was telling them the other time, is what is bringing me out is more of the business than my career. So you just have to think out of the box. You have to think out of the box, give value to people. And then as an engineer, you find out that, like for me in the business, it's actually the engineering knowledge that is even pushing me more. Because when I do mathematics, I do calculation, I do a whole lot of things. You want to do fencing and do all those things. So you just have to learn to put things together and it works. So yeah, you have to think out of the box. You have to think about value. You have to think about being a woman that you can do it. Don't feel, I'm a woman, I'm just permitted to do this. No, you have a lot to do. Actually, the way God has shaped us, a woman can multitask. I believe it. So yeah, let's put all those ones together and God is gonna help us. And I'm more than happy to mentor more women. I'm more than happy to work hand in hand with anyone that wants to work with us, because that's the only way we can add value to ourselves and to the community. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lady Bamboo. She's one of my favorite people. Thank you for the insights. Thank you for offering to mentor more people. We'll definitely take you up on that opportunity. And you're already a member of one of our branches, so we'll look to more active participation from you. Thank you so much. So we have Bill Kebab, chops, and coffee as well. Please go ahead, and then we move to the next item.
Okay.
Bill,
good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon,
Good
madam.
afternoon.
And thank you for having me. What I would say is, whether we like it or not, finally, we're moving in the right direction. Unemployment has plastered all the walls and the roads and offices in Nigeria. And we keep, hoping that more jobs will be created. I don't know, maybe by unseen forces. We have to be the one to change it. We have to be the one to reset our way of thinking. Come out from school with the mindset to create job for yourself and others, because we do not have the jobs available. We need to create more jobs. Going to school is giving you an edge. I'm in the food industry, but to be honest, there are times that I feel the solution I need can only be cracked by an engineer. But the engineer doesn't want to come near the pots and the spoons and the fire in the kitchen. So how do we get it done? So there are so many things engineers can do in the food industry. There are so many innovations that we see out, out of the shores of Nigeria. And I know that our engineers, especially the women, are problem solvers. So I wish you luck. And as I said in my breakout room, I'm still saying the same thing. For those that want to go into the food industry, not just to own a restaurant, but own a restaurant with a difference. We're here to mentor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That charge of having that entrepreneurial mindset is really, really key. We've said so many things in so few seconds. And I'm sure we've all taken that. Like you said, the formal employment market is just not adequate for all of us. So a lot of us will still have to move into the entrepreneurial space. As engineers, and especially as women, like you said, we're problem solvers. we're innovators. So let's put our innovative mindsets to use and look to solving some of all those problems that we have. Thank you so much for that. And with that being said, I'd like to hand over to the chairman of the Town and Gown Committee, Engineer Dr. Elizabeth Eterigo, FNSC, FNSCHE, to give us the vote of thanks.
Yeah, before she talks, I wanted Sheyi Oyenuga to speak.
Okay, I'm not sure he's on the call.
Is still online?
Is she on the call?
He's a man,
I don't think.
one of the mentor partners.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that
I
the man
didn't
can
see him.
so that the man can also speak.
Oh, he's online. He's online. Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. I will do my best to speak on behalf of the men in the group.
Yeah.
He's going.
I will say I'm thankful to be a part of this this event. It was truly an honor. I will say that I'm not an engineer, but I wish I was. I think it's truly the most powerful set of education you can have. My entire career, I've worked around engineers. When I was doing real estate development and construction, I've seen women in this role, I've seen men in this role, and engineering, when you're an engineer, you are an engineer. You're able to even the playing field. You garner the level of respect in every field that you're in. And the base that you learn in school is one of the most important skill sets that it can apply to any business that you have. And I truly mean that, any business. I remember reading a Harvard Business Review, and they listed the top educational backgrounds of the top CEOs in the world. And it was engineering across the board. You'll see that this base prepares you for anything that you need to do. So if you all take that and take the education, now link it to practical, learn the skill sets, really engage yourself in understanding the work, not just the theory, the practical end of it. You can achieve all your goals and desires, because the lack of connection here between the theory and the practical is what this country needs. And I think this type of forum, this type of exposure, hopefully gave some people the opportunity to understand the possibilities that are there. Because it's there in the food sector, it's needed here in the food sector, the agriculture sector. And if you have that background and you apply it, and you take the time to learn these first few years before you leave school or after school, after university, it'll set you up to really do anything that you want to do in the future. So I'm really proud of the young ladies in this group and the other mentors. I think there's so much that we can achieve together. And with this opportunity, I think the women engineers in this group can really fulfill their desires, as well as fulfill the needs of what's required in this nation in agriculture, in hard engineering, civil engineering, and food production. So it's been a pleasure, a joy, and I look forward to, and I really do hope that I can with some of the people in this group even more. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the insights, Sheyi. And yes, you're absolutely right. Being an engineer is fabulous.
He's a farmer.
And
Sheyi is a farmer.
yes, yeah, he's a farmer. No, I'm saying we know that being engineers, it is really fabulous. And it's not too late to join us. It just takes about 5 years, hopefully. So thank you very much for the insights. We're glad to have you as one of our mentor partners as well. So I'm going to hand over to the Engineer Corey Shetima. Please unmute yourself and go ahead. Engineer Corey Shetima. Can you unmute yourself? I'm not sure the person is online.
Yeah, I hope. Okay, she has shown her video. You need to unmute yourself now. Yeah, you are unmuted, so please speak.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to say it was a beautiful event.
And I would like to say a big thank you to APWEN for making me the face of the first edition of the town. And I wish to say a big thank you to the mentoring partner. We learned a lot. Thank you, APWEN, for making me the face of the town and down. If we're not this big of the country, but yet you put me as the face of APWEN. So I wish to say a very big thank you. And my people here, a lot of the young engineers need this entrepreneurship training and mentoring because we are worst hit by the insurgency and we're trying to rebuild our state. So I wish that you'll partner with us in one of our programs and mentor some of our young engineers because we cannot all be at the white collar job. So I want to say a very special thank you for making me the face of APWEN. And I'm presently at the site, but I still, for the passion, I have a passion for the profession. So I'm here with you people. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Corey Shetima. Thank you for also accepting to be the face of the 4th edition of the Town and Gown event. Thank you. We'll always look to work with you, APWEN. We'll look to work with you and to partner with you also for development and improvement. Thank you. So before I hand over, just to say thank you once again to everyone who has stayed on up to this time, and also to our senior members, past presidents, past chairmen of chapters that I see here. But I'm going to hand over now. Engineer Elizabeth Etherigo, FNSC, FNSCHE, please go ahead with the vote of thanks.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Engineer Ola. We want to thank every one of us. I believe we had a good time. I want to sincerely apologize for some of the issues we had in some rooms. I believe every time we meet for such program, we keep perfecting all so that next one will be better than this. And I'm sure those who were able to enter the rooms, you all enjoy yourself, the young engineers, not just to enjoy yourself, but you've taken something out to propel you into your own world, to affect your generation. And I'm sure this day will linger on in your life to make you better than what you were before coming for this program. On behalf of our president, Engineer Funlola Ojela, the FNSC, we want to thank everyone that have come, particularly the executive governor of Katsina, who sent a representative in the person of the Commissioner of Women Affairs. Though she couldn't join us, but at least to have made an attempt, we want to say thank you very much, Ma. We are grateful. Want to thank all, our worthy representative that is with us, sponsoring us. We want to thank everyone, and particularly the keynote speaker, Ms. Adenike Ogunlesi. Thank you very much. Your passion for entrepreneurship is next to none. I was impressed, and I'm sure every one of us, it was a good trigger for all of us into the main program. Thank you so much. Want to thank our senior members that took time to join us. Want to thank all our mentor partners for the time taken, for even accepting to come for the program. Thank you. We are grateful. I want to thank as well chapter chairman, all APWEN members, and I won't forget all the moderators, all members of this committee. They've been up and doing to make sure the program is a reality. Thank you very much. I appreciate your love. I appreciate your cooperation. Thank you so much. I want to thank as well the press. We thank you for spending time to be part of this program. And I want to thank particularly the Engineer Shegun, Engineer Bolanle, and Engineer Bosse. They are always there for us to make sure they anchor this program. Thank you so much. We are grateful.
On this note, I want to hand over to Engineer Bolanle Giwa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for the recognition and for the vote of thanks to everyone. It couldn't have been possible without everyone pitching in. So I think I should ask my president as well. I see her looking keenly at the screen. If there's something to add before we say our final goodbyes.
Okay.
My president.
Yeah, nothing more, just to recognize the presence of the 15th president of APWEN, Engineer Dr. Felicia Gubata. She's online. We want to thank you, Madam, for joining us at this event. And that will be all.
So,
thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. With that being said, please continue to stay safe and have a good weekend. See you at the 5th edition of our Town and Gown event. Bye.